Hi, this is Mia, part two. I'm back. I've hardly done anything. Oh, shoot. It thinks I'm treating coronavirus. Due to. Due to. I said the post office handling time is usually 3 days within to get to the post office, but I put 10 days. I'm going to actually change it to 5. Due to national emergency. Okay. So let me change the handling time of this shirt. Here is up for sale. I was 2 years ago. It was a year and a half ago. I was down 127 pounds. I had been over 123 pounds, but my official weight loss tops group was 223. Did I say 223? So I made it down. That was a dehydrated kind of day. So I don't that was not a normal number, but it stayed. I swear my weight stayed below 130 for quite a while. And then life just got out of hand. That summer I was working at Pizza Hut. I was working my clinic. I was supposed to be doing doula. I was tutoring. I was selling online sales. I have another store that I make products and sell. And I have a company, or sorry, I was working for the vending food demo company. Um, Let me put. They don't give me much choice between. I want 7 days. I'll just say 5 days handling time. Because I have a printer. I don't know if it works. List your item. I should be able to get. If something sells on Monday and I don't have the car until Saturday, that's going to be a problem. But I'd have to make arrangements. I can make arrangements. You can't like just order shipping, pay for shipping, and then have the post office print it out. That defeats, I guess, the part of you getting a discount for printing it on your own machine. I used to put money in the mailbox. I didn't have stamps. I used to stick like pennies and junk. That was probably so annoying. I did some annoying. I didn't have money. I didn't have envelopes. I folded up trash like mail, like old mail. I'd reuse all the envelopes. I would use the paper from the like newspaper articles. I'd fold that up and paste them or tape them together and make envelopes to ship. We've taken that to the post office in West Virginia. Like this is not gonna make it to where you're going. Like this is gonna get torn up. My package is not here. I'm not starving. I just ate some noodles with the coconut wraps, the raw coconut wraps. I didn't do coconut for a while because it was giving me a reaction. It may still be giving me a reaction, but I gotta eat something. I stopped coconut and chocolate, and a lot of raw food had coconut and chocolate in it. That item is listed. I was a smaller weight. I am depressed because I have all these clothes that were, I mean, it wasn't about necessarily trying to impress a man, but it was trying to live my life. And I tend to go to thrift stores and pick out strange items. A lot of my items are just based on price and material and size alone. What's the price? Okay. Is it my size? Okay. Is it cotton or mostly cotton? That's like my three criteria. I tend away from green. I don't know why. I had something green and I felt like I look in the mirror. I just looked dead with my brown skin. Like, not like forest green, but just like, I don't know if it's grass green or bright green. And it has some stripes. I don't know that. I just like, I don't want to pay for it just because it's cheap. Like, I don't, like if I had several items and I didn't need to wear it every day or wear it 3 times a week because I don't have any clothes, maybe I'd get it. I'm waiting for my package. I'm like freaking out. I hear like trucks going down the highway. There's so much traffic out here. And there's so much people outside. I should take my walk now to tell you the truth. I really should. Because it's supposed to thunderstorm. It's going to start in the city about now. And a couple hours later it's supposed to come here. So I feel like I was going to wait till late. But it's supposed to be freezing and raining. So I'm like, I don't wear a coat. Like, I should just go now. Don't wear my socks and shoes. I have had. So this is on. I watched Craigslist Hunter. He went to a hunt from storage unit of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend's, and he just flat out gave the guy money. The stuff was kind of dirty and old, but he picked out what he wanted for $100, which I thought was a good deal. He does big and bulky, which is why some of these empty boxes you see are here or under the bed. Because we have some seriously big and bulky stuff that I wouldn't. Like, this guy he dumpster dives and he double boxes stuff. He has a warehouse in his house at home. He has a man cave. And the house is spotless and elegant. We watched him build it, Craigslist Hunter, on YouTube. He filmed himself. The world watched him build this house, and it was amazing. It has a little creek in the backyard. He works hard. I guess he makes $100,000 a year. Online and in the store. He's really smart to have shown us all his videos of people online, or in the shop, and in the back, taking pictures for stuff online, and then having customers come in to sell stuff. It was really amazing, because now he was really depressed that he had to go and put everything online, but he already had strong stores. His private one, which I don't know if he was doing his experiment on that, like stereos, and then he was in clothes or some shoes. He has the experiment, and he has a store, more than one owner, so probably more than one eBay account. He's lucky. He's upset that he has to, something I chewed. He's upset that he had to shut down the store, but his employees can still come in. And he still has to come in and package up. Maybe he was selling 100 a day, now he was selling 20 to 60 a day. He's not a zero like I am. So, God bless him, and him teaching the rest of us. Which I believe that's why my sales are zero. Because the rest of us that were already selling little, all these people watch his videos, they went sourcing, they're getting, someone's buying up all the Nintendo Switches in stores and stuff, and marking them up $49, $50 a piece. And they have the capital and the time and the hope that they can get rid of them locally, or they just basically go to Walmart, buy it, they're buying it and selling it. I don't know why I have an issue with that. I'd rather be an authorized dealer. To tell you the truth, I'd rather be, like, what if he gets one that's broken, or someone, and they spent $200 on it, and you give them their money back and it really is broken. Like, I guess you could take it back to Walmart, but for some reason I'd rather, like, if I was selling cell phones or video games or new stuff, I'd want to be an authorized dealer. If it's new light bulbs, or not light bulbs, but covers for your outlets for babies, like something I had in the cabinet and I'm like, oh, I haven't used this, my kids, I got it for church, I'm not going to use it, or open pack stuff. I think that's one thing. It's not my business. People retail. There's a lot of middlemen, okay? And it's the work you're putting in that you're getting paid, to tell you the truth, and the money you're investing in, your liability and your taxes, all that stuff, you know, driving around, it all adds up. But I don't know why. I guess I just don't do it. I could go to Walmart and say I'm going to spend $30 on some clearance stuff and see if I can sell it. But I feel like until I have an office space, or even a container or a closet, I should not bring that stuff in. A lot of stuff I sell that's new like that, cell phone cover, something, oh shoot, I thought it fit my phone, it doesn't fit, I lost a receipt a year ago, let's sell it somewhere. New in box, you know, or open box, or like new, you know. The box is old, like I might not like new, but like good condition. But it's like good condition, never used, but it's not sparkling new. And if it had a sticker holding the box shut, then that's potentially broken off, you know. And that's what people sell, pallets of used items, stuff that people returned. And they're selling it as new, but somebody used it, put it back in the box, and they bought it. And there's a reason it was returned. If the company could resell the stuff that's new and it works, they will. If they don't, if it was used a couple of times or it's blemished or missing stuff, then they're going to sell it to resellers, and then they're going to end up with junk that they're going to send out, spend $32 to ship some heavy item that's broken or missing pieces, or somebody swiped out some gear thing or something. It's stupid. But you can still sell that stuff as parts for somebody who has one that broke, if it's worth it to buy it. What the heck? Schedules. I'm not even gonna work this job. I'm not even gonna contact them. I was say I'm still waiting to hear back from my doctor's office. They're closed right now. Free CE. I don't think it's free. I think it was like several $100s a year. I think they said try it out for free. I think you could just go there, log in, and make an account for free without having to buy the packages. I've been asked this question several times from one of my classmates I used to study with. No, not this question. Many questions that concern business. Am I a good business owner? No, I hardly make any money. Have I had trickle in money? Have I had hundreds of dollars coming in every month? Thousands of dollars a year for eBay? Selling stuff around my house? Yes, I have. Was I reselling that stuff? No. So I had basically my time, my work, and the price of driving and shipping stuff, the materials that I use. If someone's going to pay $12 shipping and it costs you $12 or they give you a 50% discount, the customer is not paying for the tape and your gas to the store and all that stuff. If you're small town, they might say, well, that's part of your doing business. But if you're big time, your shipping costs are way reduced. Something that cost me $12 might cost them $3 or $7 even. And the customer's still paying a certain amount because they have high volume. And they might be buying about truckloads of books, textbooks, for a penny each. By the ton, you know, in a warehouse with a bunch of employees. But I spent $300 on that textbooks for my class 3 years ago, you know what I mean? And the buyback, the bookstore closed. It's all digital at my medical school, you know, and that Portland State. You use it a year or two, it's expired. They got a new edition on the shelf. The non-campus bookstore, there's only one I could see. They would buy back those kind of books. Actually, you can send to Powell's. They have to be like pristine condition. I don't even know. Powell's is probably selling a lot of books right now. So I want to say how to start a business. I gave you a disclaimer that I'm not that successful. But I'm still in business. I don't know how. It's a miracle of God. I don't make a living, but I have a roof over my head and I have food in my freaking stomach. And this food is not cheap. I wish I could tell you it was. But it was hidden in my food stash. And it has maca and cinnamon and almonds and coconut sugar. And so it's basically, instead of doing IV nutrition, I do these kind of high calorie, which is why I'm selling this high calorie. I don't use my credit card. I don't earn, and I will be earning more as I realize that I'm having a hard time working for anybody else. I'm having a hard time for anybody to hire me. Even this my package has been delivered. Right. Oh, it was delivered a half an hour. I was sitting here. You guys saw me staring out the freaking window. I did not see a package delivered. I hope I did. I hope I didn't send it to Portland. I get all paranoid about that. I didn't see FedEx. From Lexington. Lexington, North Carolina. What the heck? Well, I got this tea, this Dieter's tea, from the same order that was sent here through the mail. Well, hopefully I got the right address. I'm like, why is it sending me something from North Carolina? I swear I was staring out the window that whole time like a maniac. They must have snuck in. So what about business? So I'm a serial entrepreneur and I'm still working on it. I have had no funding and no support. I had a brief amount of time where I got $400 or $500 a month for unemployment to do self-employment. It paid the rent for the place. It didn't pay for anything else. It didn't pay for the licensing, for the insurance, for the malpractice, for the liability, for the telephone. It didn't, but I ended up finding another job after that because I didn't have any patience the first year. It was a nightmare. Oregon, Maryland, Washington State. The easy thing about Washington State right now is I need to register my business. You need to register the business for the state if you are doing $12,000 or more a year. I've got $0, and my license started in December last year, or sorry, I think May last year, and it's expiring October this year. Expired October last year, so it'll be about a year, almost a year that I had that license. I have done nothing with it. I need to advertise. So we're going to write down my list, and we're going to compare it later after I get my package to another list that somebody else comes up with. So for me, I can just briefly tell you Washington State. Look this up because I only looked it up once. I didn't. It's probably a government website, but I don't have it in my mind. It's a greater than 12,000 register. And for me, I feel like register anyway. But that's a money issue. $150, $100, $150 a year. And you're not making a penny. You're not working there yet. But do you want your business name? So register anyway, I'll say. And then I'm going to say foreign entity. Now, it's not foreign country. It's out of state. I'll say out of state. And then Tower of Health. LLC, and I'm just going to keep it at that because I have the online business, the eBay business. I'm not going to be selling eBay or online from Washington, but I can do telehealth through Washington State, and I can also put a little blurb about the doula orange, because if it's telehealth, I can do telebirths. Someone in the middle of nowhere might see an ad for me and say, "Oh, you can support me during my birth that's happening in a week." Yeah. I'll send you an invoice for business through PayPal, and you send me the $500 or the $300 or the $2,000, depending on how much help is needed. I do need to work on my resource list for customers. So resource list for customers. And that can mean for the two medical companies, you have the medical for businesses. You have the medical company. You have the online sales, and you have the doula. So for medical, you can have handouts. You can have RX and supplement or whatever, etc. options. You can give them info on high quality substances. Okay? And you can make flyers. You can make flyers and stuff with coupons for friends and family, you know. I did that for illiterate people, and that was futile to give them a bunch of coupons and stuff that they throw away. And you're like, I have 10 coupons. You're like a lotto ticket or something. Not a lotto ticket, but it's like a raffle. 1 of 10, 2 of 10, and I had them printed up, and I had like for my clinic for such and such, doesn't expire or expires in a year. Like they never use. It's like 20% off first visit or whatever. I mean, that's only, I guess, if they're medicated, had to be off a supplement. If it's cash pay, anything at cash would be discounted. Because you can't charge them anything for Medicaid. Even supplements, you have to get a bunch of paperwork filled out, which I should do. Online sales, resource list for business. I guess you just want to make a list for yourself. That's what I'm thinking. Making lists for self, and then where can you share? I felt like some people were doing YouTube where they were putting their website on there. I thought it was YouTube. I don't know. And it's like their videos were getting taken off because they weren't allowed to advertise. I was like, what? I don't know where I'm remembering that that's even YouTube. But just where could you share? Like, could you share on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook? My Facebook is a coffin. It is just, nobody cares. Nobody's, like, I even contacted my relative yesterday on phone and she was ignoring my message. So, okay. I'm gonna go get my package and I'm just gonna do my exercise inside. And then I'll take a walk a little bit later. Cause that's gonna be a mini walk. But maybe I'll go up and down the stairs like 5 times with tennis shoes on just for the fun of it. And look, check for mice down there. Make a list. So make a list for self is like a be on the lookout for BOLO list. Let's say clothes, jewelry, collectibles, and then everyday items. I haven't done it in a while, but I was selling everyday items, kitchen items that I wasn't using, little tools. I don't know about the tools, like I'd open it because I was trying to build something and I didn't need it. I was selling some of that to Puerto Rico, so I don't know. I feel like, do they have Walmart? Do they have or Targets? Like, I don't know, because I've never been there. And if I'm selling some kitchen items, household items, it doesn't matter. When I was in West Virginia, if I was in the middle of nowhere, drive 2-3 hours to get to Walmart one way, I may consider ordering more online. And there would be plenty of thrift stores out there with old antique stuff and old clothing. But if you wanted new clothing, affordable and stuff, I feel like online would be a good resource. I was looking at eBay when I went to Michigan. We had some kind of internet. So doula was what I primarily know, which is society or community resources. And I already have a list, so I'm not going to fill it out right now. And that's the biggest one. You can do the same thing for the medical office. You can say there's certain hospitals that do certain things if you want a surgery. I mean, it would be my job to refer, but it's also sometimes the patients have a relationship with that establishment, or it's good for to get a ride. Sometimes they have places they don't like. So that's just some of the background stuff. Registering the business, tax stuff. Do you have employees? You have the national level, so do you need a certification or not? Then there's the state level. Then there's the county level. Then there's the city level, and it might even be where you're located. In an incorporated, unincorporated residential business, can you work it out of a house that you own? Do you need to get a survey or a petition signed saying your neighbors aren't going to be bothered if 4 people come over to get massages 3 days a week? Do you need to say I want to run the same business out of apartment building because it's my only source of income? And they say yes or no. You have to get something signed. Is your lease like mine saying you can run an internet business with permission, but any other business is banned, which sucks because people are selling food out of their house. People are doing child care centers in their house. Like, you're just like, really? I mean, but what are you going to say? They're paying their rent. They're probably not paying taxes. They're getting paid, but you got people doing Uber drivers. You're working out of your house. You're coming and going, but you're working for a company outside your house. So you're not necessarily manufacturing. You're not having clients come in shopping. What if you're an artist? What if you're selling regularly on Facebook and Craigslist and people come over and pick up porch stuff on a regular basis? So you think about the neighbors and what's going on in the neighborhood. Look up the laws. I go to CPR, and next to her front window, she lives in Westland, just in time. I do the provider level. She has the placard that say this county or this city, this is my permit to work here. I don't know if it says home business. I think it says home business, but I was like, oh shoot, I should print one of those. I've been to her class like 4 times. And you want to, if you have an office, or even if you're at home or you're traveling, like, you could do traveling sales where you could do the rounds. Like, imagine if I had a car right now and I went somewhere like Denton or something, and I went and picked up, there's a lot of virus there. I went and picked up some items. We'll say that's one. Items. Pick up. 1. And let's say I stopped by Target because you wanted to get yourself a phone cord, or Walmart, and you saw some discount cords, and you bought like 3 or 4 of those. And then let's say you had some packages in the back, which I would probably put that first. Packages to the back that already need to go to the post office, you want to get them scanned. You either use a scan sheet, and so you say USPS drop off. And then you want to do a thrift store, but they're not open right now. So you're going to do like 2 more porch pickups on the way home. And that's 1, 2. Why did this one end up 3? Okay, this one's 4. And then you want to stop by because you got some random thing. So you need to clean it. It's silver or something, and you need a box for it. So you're gonna either go buy a box, or you're gonna dumpster dive, or you're gonna go into I don't think you can go to a furniture store. You're gonna go to a grocery store or something to get. So you'll say shipping supplies. So cleaning and shipping supplies. So this is just for like eBay. I don't know about Mercari or the other one. And you go home. Number 6, home. So you're gonna wanna wash the clothing if you got used clothing. Wash the clothing as soon as possible. If you can't, bag it up. B, you're gonna separate your stuff out. Look at it. See if it's damaged. There could be potential to take it back to the store or to the person. But you can round that into the next couple days worth of errands. But you're going to clean up the other stuff. And it's gross. People have cockroaches in games consoles and all kind of nasty VCR. Shake the stuff. Does it sound like there's bugs? Wipe it down at least. You don't know if there's bed bugs. So clean it up, vacuum it, wipe it down. And you may want to store it in a big contractor bag or something that's impenetrable. Like, you don't know, you got a trunk with some stuff in it. You don't know if you're going to have mice coming out of there nested. You don't know. You have to be careful. Even in a regular store, people had bed bug outbreaks in retail stores around new stuff because somebody tracked it in there, and they bred. And they don't need to feed for a long time. So you have that, and then you have storage. So you're going to want to come home and be tired and eat lunch. So you're going to have to store it somewhere where it's safe. You don't have a cat peeing on it. You don't have a kid throwing it around. You don't have your own dust and your household kitchen smells getting into it. So basically you're going to clean it up. You're going to look at it. You're going to decide, okay, I'm going to put these 5 items up for sale. I'm going to price them. I'm going to weigh them. So you want to price them, weigh them. And then I tend to halfway, I'll say 1/2 package them. Because then you have, let's see, I just had one. Actually, I put it in a bag, and I should probably put the pin away. My favorite jeans, I use the bread bags, which I need to see if there's any more. I tape it shut with Scotch tape in case you need to untape it to measure it. The customers ask questions. And then I usually have in Portland a bunch of plastic crates, which I don't have here. I should get some because I have this oil dripping all over, and I have some stuff for sale in a box under where the dehydrator is, and all the food and the condiments and the stuff that stains permanently. It's not just like water on a pair of jeans. It's like oil, and so that needs to go somewhere. I have some books I put in this file box. Everything is unorganized, so you need to figure out if you're going to have 2 shelves and you're going to have bins, and if you're going to have another shelf with iPads in little plastic boxes, and then label the numbers, because if you have 2 pink ones and somebody ordered the one with 32 gigabyte, make sure you don't just grab it Monday morning. You need number 3 sold to this person in Georgia and number 4 sold to someone in Washington. And then you have big and bulky, and you're going to want the shelves with the clothes and the bins and the like pacifier brand new stuff. I've sold stuff like baby stuff. And then you have this one, and then you have your desk with your tape, which I don't have this here. I had a little bit of this back home, but it was in my bedroom, and that's shady. Like, it sucks to have your bed, your work, your other job, like all stacked up, and you don't even have room to vacuum or to do something. And you want to keep your place clean as hair and stuff. And you should tell them that if you have pets or not. Even if someone I knew was allergic to hamsters and came over, took a risk study in my house. You want to have a desk area so you have it clean, that you can open up the tape and not have all this crumbs and weird stuff, because the static clean will get it too, and you'll dust, and you'll have that, and the people that help you can find where the tape, the scissors, the pens, and then if you can organize the boxes. Even if you have a bunch of boxes in the closet like I did, you might want to pull out like 2 medium, 2 big, 2 flat rate, a few envelopes, and you put that on like one shelf. And then you can have a crate like I did where you have little tiny items, and I didn't have enough crates to separate it because I have no space in our house. I have no space here. You can put the stickers like I showed you, like stickers like that, postcards, paper that you handwrite messages, or if you say, oh please wash this, or like usually it's wash, but if it's something that's turn like a timer, turn it past 10 first, and like you might want to write them a note besides the thank you note. That is easy if you, especially if you have more than one job or kids have to go to school, then you can have it at least halfway know where it is. Even if the tape was here yesterday, it's here today. It's better than having to go downstairs or look, someone left in the laundry. You know, this ridiculous stuff that happens. I also had my scale downstairs, and everything else was upstairs except for a couple boxes. So that was awkward on the kitchen table, which we weren't using to eat, which is stupid. If we had a spare room or an office building, even then, as a seller or reseller, you have stuff stacked up. Because if you're a seller and not a reseller like me, you're going to save stuff you think is important. Like, this could go into the Goodwill. This could go in a free pile. This could be thrown away. But I'm like, this has some value to it. So you're going to want to have a system of, like for me, a grocery, like a clean cloth grocery bag, or even a plastic bag, which is a little bit sillier. You want to be a little bit incognito if you're walking around. If you have to go to a store, I recommend bringing that stuff already wrapped to the customer in the store. I don't like leaving stuff in my car. That's just my thing. Someone paid $10 for it, $6 for it, $25, anything. It could be 50 cents. And if you have to cancel it, that's the issue. If you happen to leave your door unlocked or someone's dashed. So you have that desk, and then you have more shipping supplies, which again you want to keep clean. I was going to put some in a crate and stick it in the shed, but I moved from there, and here it's trying to keep it in the original boxes and trying not to get that. Like, there's a container here that I dumped out the oil last night, and this morning I noticed that the box that I actually was going to save, but then I decided let's fill it with paper and take it to the recycling place. But the oil, it was tilted over because I didn't have a container to put all the plastic stuff, and our recycling is full. So I just left it there, and it dripped for the rest of the night onto the cardboard box. And then, like I said, the other stuff for sale is right next to that. So it was like face palm. Hopefully you don't, even if you have a studio apartment, you can have 200 or 350 square feet where you can have a drop down desk. They had an IKEA, I never used it, but it like folds up table, folds down. You can have a crate under it, or a crate up in the closet, and when you get your sales, you could have all of your items in 1 or 2 crates. You can label them crate 1 and crate 2. Be careful if you put that in the title, 1 or 2, because they're like, oh, is there 1 of these items? It says it's a set of coasters. Is there 2 of these shirts? I thought it was only 1 for the price of $10. Like, you have to be careful. You could put your own notes, I think, in PC or computer, but if you put your own notes from eBay into computer, be careful if you do everything like this, because I've been hearing a lot of people are saying charge $8 for shipping, $15, calculated shipping on their device, on their mobile device. They go to the computer, they edit something, they fix up the pictures, they save it, and it had automatically switched it to free shipping. So if you have a pair of brand new Levi's you're selling for $29, they're going to cost you $8.50 to ship. And say you bought them for yourself and they don't work, or they're dress code, it's the wrong color or whatever, and you paid like $27. So you're only trying to make your fees. You're charging $2 extra that you paid. You're not even charging shipping you lost out on. And then you found out that they were going to pay $8 shipping, $8.50, you're fine. Okay, breaking even or making even a little bit less because of the fees that come out, that PayPal and the eBay fees. So you're going to see if free shipping, say, oh, you're going to tell the customer, oh, I need to give you an invoice. They're going to say, no, I bought it because it's free. I could have bought it from someone else. You know, don't charge me $8.50. Sometimes people will say, oh, no, what happened? Can you pay for it? And I'll pay for it. I'm so sorry. But usually you swallow it. But you have to be careful because I have stuff that I'm potentially going to crate up and stuff. And it's like, if that changed to free shipping and I had like $80, $60, $400, like that is going to be a problem. If something is thousands of dollars, maybe that. If you put free shipping on everything, that'd be easier. I don't know why I took free shipping off of everything. I'm considering putting it back on. And I'll have a goal on my goal page to become top rated seller. I'll say that on there. So for the naturopathic degree that I got in Oregon, I'm just going to briefly go over this. You need to graduate from the accredited school, which is a 4-year medical school. I went for 5 years plus 2 years of midwifery. That's basic thing, undergrad degree, 4 years of med school. All the requirements to pass every single thing. If you stretch your med school out or do dual degree, that's a special circumstance, but it's not uncommon. It's just they want a criteria that's in stone. You pass your board exams, the 2nd year board exams, and your 4th year board exams. If you have any other certificates, you need to pass those, but that's probably a different license. So you want to focus on the naturopath license. The exam, the graduation is June, end of June, the first Tuesday or whatever. And August is the board. How are they going to do the board exams? Oh my God, they're going to have to go in person with masks on, I swear. I didn't think about people sitting for those. Oh, it's raining. I got to go get my package. You need to look up your business name. You register that in Oregon. I did that before I got my license because our teacher told us to. So we register your business. You tell the state that you need a certification. You can say when you start planning on seeing customers, or you just want to claim your name. And if you want to do it, like if you get your license in the mail and run inside and say, okay, I'm going to sign up for a name, that's fine too. But if you do it and it takes time, that's one thing. If you're a doctor, the first license in the first state, you got to do the fingerprinting. I had to do other tests besides the board exams. You have to do local tests like pharmacology in Oregon and the other one, pharm and jurisprudence. You did jurisprudence and pharm. I don't think you did pharm in Washington. I didn't have to do the supplemental test here. But it's confusing if you already licensed somewhere else. Sometimes I think I filled out the wrong form, to tell you the truth. Your license here, your license in good standing, they're going to want all that. That's a different story because I want to get my package before it rains too hard. You want to set up that you're able to work in the city, county, state, and the national. National, just make sure if you actually make money, which I haven't really made. Like 1 year I did, you want to make sure you do your taxes. It's certain things with if you have employees or not, you need to look that up and work with a professional to see if you have to pay quarterly taxes. Same with the eBay stores and stuff. Some sole provider or sole practitioners, even a single member LLC, sometimes they still just do Schedule C. And you're going to want to do, for a doctor, you want to do credentialing with insurance or no credentialing or out of network, in network. You're going to want to set up your malpractice insurance as soon as you get licensed. You might not see a patient today, but you might. You want to be at least have that. If you sublease a clinic space or whatever, people are working out of their houses, and this kind of a lot of fine print. The malpractice insurance will scrutinize your, if they can find you on Facebook or if they see you. Someone saw me in a doula class doing free doula training so that I can get my 5 that I needed to get my certificate. You work under a licensed doctor or midwife. You're not licensed. You're not doing any healthcare. You're doing support. You're cheerleading. You're handing them their drink. You might rub their toes. You can get your own malpractice insurance for that. But I've had SIG, Israel, what is that? Giles or something. SIG insurance said, we are not going to insure you ever because you're doing midwifery or doula work, and we're not going to get sued for a birth and cover you. And I was like, that'd be like, I'm a doctor trying to get insured for this clinic where I'm going to see patients and establish a patient-doctor relationship, but I also have a AAA truck where I do key lockouts. I'm going to have liability insurance and a license to do key lockouts, but I'm also going to have a separate, completely separate business, separate entities, separate, tax identification number, so TIN or EIN. I have an EIN. I don't know if, I believe I have an EIN. I don't have employees. Employee identification code, or you want to connect that. You want to have anytime you get your licenses and stuff, if you're hiding like I was, they're going to publish your mailing address if you don't have a business address, so you might want to see if you could get that, like sublease a place beforehand. Because if you sublease a place beforehand, you can also start sending lab stuff there. You can pay them to say, I'm going to do a week a month, and you can start gathering up if you got medical exam tables and stuff like that. You can get this equipment while you're waiting for your registration and stuff and your licensing to pass. If you don't pass an exam or you get held up in your background check, don't give up. Like, just keep trying. Don't put a lot of money into it. Sometimes people give you stuff free. Sometimes stuff for your business isn't like a business. Like, I don't have a tape gun thing, but I have the cheap thing. Like, someone might give you that and you'll say, well, I'll keep that. Or a tape dispenser I got for free, a little one. It's like, we'll use that for your business. It's from the 80s. Who cares? It works. It's solid, and it's still working. You can keep paper, colored paper, stuff kids give away, pens and stuff at the end of the year. You can use that for your office. You can use an old printer that someone gives you, an old computer. Make sure it doesn't have a virus that's going to swipe your data. Get the encryption and all that stuff. You have to look it up or hire someone. Start your website. Say, this website is going to be the future home of this clinic, Tower Health LLC. Like, currently I am in the process of getting my licensing, or say, welcome, hello, I would like to share with the world health and wellness. Peace, I'm going to get my package. It's a good time. Bye.